Okay, hello, welcome. And here's the tutorial on how to use Max iHome iWork program numbers to graph. It's the spreadsheet program for Apple. So I'm going to go in, open up my numbers, create a new document, and a blank spreadsheet. The first thing that you guys would have to do is input all the data that you want graphed. So for us, that's the mass of each group's rocket, and then the maximum net force of each group's rocket. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to make up my own data and do the problem I did in class, which is graphing the relationship between money and problems. So I'm looking and seeing, how do problems relate to money? Is there a relationship? So I'm going to just randomly make up numbers for this. I'm going to say 10, 20, 30, 40, $50. My number of problems, I have like 2, 12, 14, 20, 30, 49. Okay, this is just arbitrary numbers. So once you have your data put into your spreadsheet, to make the chart, you need to start by highlighting what data you want to put in. Usually you have your x-axis in the column to the left and your y-axis to the column on the right. So you'd have mass of each rocket on the left and maximum net force on the right. To create a chart, you can either click the chart button or you can go to Insert Chart. What we want to do is a two-dimensional scatter plot, which would be this button here, or in the chart 2D scatter. You don't want to use a line chart or a pie chart or anything like that. Those are great for their own individual purposes, but this is not one of those. And what you can see is that it'll automatically plot my x-axis and my y-axis. So each of these circles is a different data point. What you'll also notice is that my graph doesn't have a title. It doesn't have labels for the axes. It doesn't have really anything that a good science graph needs to have. So let's add those things in. To do that, you need to first select your graph and then open up the Format menu. So that's the Format button here, or you can go to Format, Chart. What we want to start off with is my chart options, add a title. And you can see that that puts a title in here. If you double click the title, you can change it. Money versus problems. And we got that down. I can also edit my chart axes by clicking the axis button, or Format, Chart, show y-axis name, show x-axis name, things like that. So I'm going to add in an x-axis name, which is money, and I'm going to include units, dollars. And I'm also going to select my chart and add a y value axis name. That's problems, and the unit is total number. Cool. So now my graph has a title, it has labeled axes with units, which is great. It has pretty much everything I would want a graph to have except for a trend line. So what I don't want is just to connect the dots line. This does no good because it doesn't show me any real pattern, down, up, down, up. Instead, what I want to do is add in a trend line. And for numbers, it's pretty straightforward. You can select your graph and go to Format, Chart Options, and then Series, and add in trend lines. It has this drop-down menu for trend lines. So right now there's no trend line. I could add in a linear trend line. Say, oh, that's pretty good. That does a decent job of describing my data. Okay, so maybe we want to keep that. Let's see other ones. Logarithmic. Oh, that's worse. Polynomial. Oh, that's pretty good too. I might want to keep polynomial actually. Power relationship. Oh, that might even be better. Exponential. That's not as good. It's missing here and up at the top. Moving average. Nobody even knows what that means. So I thought that polynomial might have been the best. So this is the trend line I'm going to keep. Right. So now I have my graph. I have my title, axes labeled. I have my best fit trend line. That's just one single smooth curve. and I could then interpret this graph. So what this graph clearly shows me is as money increases, problems increase exponentially, or in other words, mo money, mo problems. And that's how to do it in Microsoft Pages. Now, if you wanted to put this into a Word document or a Microsoft Pages document to type up the rest of your answers, you can literally just click the graph, edit, copy it, open up your word processor, create a blank document, and paste your graph right into that. All right, and then you could do your analysis questions right below there, and you're good to go. All right, enjoy, good luck, and have a great weekend. Be safe, make positive choices.